Hello everybody, welcome back to the 3D Critic channel. I am David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the Li-Ning Wave Wade 10 Low in the Elemental colorway. And I'm going to break down every single aspect of this shoe and see if you should buy these or avoid these. And to start these off, these retail for a astounding $215 on Li-Ning's website right now. So if you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the description box below for you guys. And now, let's see if they're worth 215 bucks. Now the traction pattern is a full-length rubber outsole with a water ripple traction pattern in the forefoot that transitions to a radial pattern in the midfoot, and it continues that same pattern in the heel as well. Now in my opinion guys, the traction on the Wave Wade 10s is absolutely amazing in my opinion. When I first started playing with these, I didn't have any break-in issues. I wasn't slipping at all at first. It was really grippy at first, and it was consistently grippy considering the conditions of the court that I played in. When dust is present, it still sticks to it. I rarely had to wipe at all. And when it came to the lateral movements, it basically stuck to the floor. If you wanted to go left, you are going to go left, and if you wanted to go right, you are going to go right. And it was very quick when it came to quick sudden changes of direction. It was very responsive on that foot. And when it came to hard stops as well, it stopped on a dime, and it was a very pleasant surprise. And because of this quick shiftiness, you'll be able to create a lot of space on the court, whether you're trying to get open for a shot, trying to cut to the basket, and you will really excel when you are being a perimeter defender. You will be really reactive when you are trying to react to other people's plays, try to stop them off the tracks. It was very aggressive, to say the least, in my opinion. It was way more than I needed, and I was really happy with it overall. Durability wise, it is holding up for me pretty well indoors. I haven't seen any wear at all on this, all around the traction pattern. And I would recommend that you keep it indoors because the rubber itself is a little thin, so I'm worried it might burn off once you put it in an outdoor setting. So keep that in mind. Just keep it indoors, because if you keep it indoors, you are going to get the best traction that way. It's very grippy in the court, regardless of the condition that you're in, whether it's dusty, clean, or a little slippery. I really enjoyed it, and for that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. In terms of cushion, you are getting a full-length boom midsole that is designed by Li-Ning themselves. And as the name of the cushioning implies, it is very explosive. In the forefoot, it was very responsive, and it helped me a lot when I was trying to get steals, trying to react to people taking jump shots, and it was also really explosive considering the carbon fiber full-length shank plate that's on here. It gave it a springy feeling. That way it helped me propel myself up in the air. That way I can actually block people's shots as well as get rebounds also. And the impact protection in the heel was actually really nice. It was very compressed. That way all of the shock doesn't go straight to my back. I didn't experience any in that regard. And the heel to toe transition was very fluid also, considering that the shank plate is also arched so that it will help with the overall stability of the cushion. It was very fluid, and all of the energy that I created on the heel strikes, it helped me propel myself forward. And it was very fluid when it came to me transitioning myself from offense to defense, running up and down the court. That way I can be really fluid on the court and have a really solid movements overall. However, when I initially wore these, when I broke the cushion in the shank plate, really ached the arch of my foot a little bit. It will go away over time when you get used to it. That was the only complaint that I noticed so far when it came to the cushion, but you'll get used to it during a period of time. Usually the first 2 times you wear it, you are going to feel a little bit of an achiness, but after that you'll get used to the arch, the shank plate, and you will feel really comfortable overall with the explosiveness of the cushioning setup as well as the softness of the heel strikes that you are going to have. So because of that, overall, I'm going to give the cushion a 10 out of 10.
Now when we get to the materials, it is mostly made up of this engineered mesh all around the shoe. On the lateral side, you are getting this plastic paneling on the lateral side, as well as on the forefoot and the toe guard. You are getting some fuse on the toe box here. And on the medial side, you are going to get some more fuse here with a stitched on lightning bolt with Dwayne Wade's name on the back. You're going to get some leather, synthetic leather on the heel, and all this TPU plastic caging for the boom cushioning all around the shoe, with a little message on how to make your own way on the back of the shoe. And on the tongue, it is padded mesh with a pull tab on the tongue as well as in the back of the heel.
So overall, when it comes to the materials, guys, it is really nice on your foot. It is very well made as a whole. The mesh itself is really nice, really stitched, well put together. I like the leather on the eyelids of the shoe, for the shoelaces. The tongue is padded well enough that way I don't experience any pinching around the shoelaces. And the heel is very comfortable as well. It was a very comfortable experience, and it was really flexible in that regard as well, considering that it is a really thin mesh. And it is actually holding up pretty well considering how aggressive the traction pattern is, as well as the boom cushioning. It is holding up pretty well. I expected ripping in certain parts of the shoe, but I haven't experienced any on my side. And yeah, it's holding up pretty well. The materials are really nice on your feet. It is very comfortable overall. So for that, I'm going to give the materials a 10 out of 10. So for the fit, I would just go true to size. The length and the width and the forefoot is pretty much 1-to-1. There was no space at all in the toe box right here. And because of the mesh, it was very maneuverable to move my toes around. But overall, it was very nice on my foot, basically a 1-to-1 fit. So if you are a wide footer, I recommend that you go up half a size. And if you're a narrow foot, I recommend that you go down half a size. So because of that, the fit overall, because of the 1-to-1 fit, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So for lockdown, when I first tried to put these on, it was really hard to put it on at first, which is usually a good sign for the lockdown being really good overall in this shoe. And it really holds up. Because of the 1-to-1 fit that I experienced so far, there was no movement at all in the toe box. And the midfoot, the lacing system is really nice. It wraps your foot really well overall, and you don't really move at all in the midfoot. And because of the tightness in the heel when I try to put them in, it cups really well into your foot. That way you don't experience any heel slippage at all. And it was very nice overall. I didn't experience any movement in the shoe as a whole. So because of all of that, I'm going to give the Lockdown a 10 out of 10.
Now when it comes to support features, this features a full-length TPU panel on the lateral side of this shoe, which helps with the overall lateral support. In the bottom, you get a carbon fiber midfoot shank plate that stretches all the way to the back of the shoe, and it stretches all the way to the front of the shoe, which helps with the overall torsional support. In the front, you get this protruding bulge here, which acts as an outrigger. That way you won't roll your ankle as easily. And the whole midsole is envelops your foot. That way you won't roll your ankles any further. And because of that, you are getting a wide, stable base that prevents you from rolling your ankles a little more further. And in the back, you get a internal TPU heel counter. That way you won't have any slipping in the heel from side to side.
The support features, it is very supportive in my opinion. I experienced no ankle rolls at all when I was playing in these. Considering how aggressive the traction pattern is, it was really aggressive when it came to like lateral movements, and all of the support features like the paneling, the shank plate, along with the protruding outrigger, it maintained its overall stability as a whole, and the wide stable base was more than enough. That way I was stable on my feet at all times. It was very supportive overall. I I didn't experience any imbalancing issues, any ankle rolls in that regard. And because of all that, I'm going to give the Support a 10 out of 10. So to sum everything up for you guys, this is the best shoe that I have tried so far. The cushion is one of the best that I have tried so far in terms of the overall performance, the durability, and the lack of wiping every now and then. It was very consistent and it was very grippy, regardless of the conditions that I was in. The cushion is very bouncy, very responsive, and very soft. It really helped me a lot when I was reacting to getting steals, blocking people's shots, trying to get open for a shot, getting rebounds, being a perimeter defender. I excelled in every single facet of that game with these. And with the materials that you get and the support features that you get, it is very nice overall shoe. And if you are a shooting guard like me, I would absolutely recommend it to you guys. The only downside to this would probably be the price tag of $215. For a lot of people, that can be an issue. I would recommend the Son of Flash, in my opinion, from Li-Ning themselves. It is a very similar basketball shoe in terms of all the features that you get, and it goes for $135. So if that is in your wheelhouse, I will leave a link to the review of that on either side of the screen. I don't know which side it's going to be on. So if you can't afford these, go check those out and see if they are right for you. But if money isn't an issue, I would absolutely recommend this any day of the week. And that is pretty much it for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Wave Weight 10 lows and any experiences that you had with them so far, along with any other questions that you might have for me. Subscribe down below if you want to support this channel. It is greatly appreciated as always. And if you want to follow me, I will leave my information on my Instagram as well as my TikTok in the description box below. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this miserable day. And until next time, keep shooting.